The United States of America is a country with a rich and complex history. From its earliest days as a collection of colonies under British rule, to its current status as a global superpower, the United States has undergone significant transformations and developments over the years. The story of the United States begins in the late 16th century, when the first English settlers arrived in the area now known as Virginia. Over the next century, more and more British colonists established settlements along the eastern seaboard, seeking land and wealth in the New World. In the late 18th century, tensions between the colonies and the British Crown reached a boiling point. In 1775, the colonies declared their independence from Great Britain, and a long and bloody war for independence ensued. Led by the likes of George Washington and Thomas Jefferson, the colonists eventually emerged victorious, securing their freedom and establishing a new nation in the process. In the years that followed, the United States underwent significant changes and developments. The country expanded westward, acquiring new territories and displacing Native American populations in the process. Immigrants from all over the world flocked to the United States, seeking a better life and contributing to the nation's rich cultural diversity. The United States also underwent significant social and political changes during this time. The abolition of slavery in the mid-19th century was a major milestone in the country's history, as was the eventual granting of women's suffrage in 1920. The country also played a major role in World War I and World War II, helping to bring an end to both conflicts and emerging as a dominant world power in the process. The latter half of the 20th century was marked by significant social and political changes in the United States. The civil rights movement of the 1950s and 1960s brought an end to racial segregation and discrimination, while the feminist movement of the same era helped to secure greater equality for women in all areas of society. The country also became embroiled in a controversial war in Vietnam, which sparked significant protests and demonstrations throughout the country. In the decades since, the United States has continued to evolve and change in numerous ways. The country has seen significant advances in technology and science, with innovations in fields such as computing, medicine, and space exploration transforming the world in profound ways. The country has also faced significant challenges, including economic downturns, social unrest, and political divisions that have at times threatened to tear the country apart. Despite these challenges, however, the United States remains a beacon of hope and opportunity for people around the world. The country's commitment to democracy, individual freedoms, and the pursuit of happiness has inspired generations of people to dream big and work hard to achieve their goals. And as the country moves forward into the 21st century and beyond, it will continue to face new challenges and opportunities, guided by the enduring principles that have made it such a special and unique place. The United States of America is a country with a rich and complex history, and its presidents have played a significant role in shaping that history. From George Washington, the nation's first president, to Joe Biden, the current occupant of the White House, the presidents of the United States have been a diverse and fascinating group of individuals who have helped to define the country's identity and shape its destiny. George Washington, a hero of the American Revolution and a highly respected military leader, served as the nation's first president from 1789 to 1797. During his 2 terms in office, Washington helped to establish many of the traditions and practices that still guide the presidency today, including the idea of a peaceful transfer of power between presidents and the establishment of the cabinet as an advisory body to the president. Following Washington, John Adams became the second president of the United States, serving from 1797 to 1801. Adams was a staunch advocate of American independence and played a key role in the drafting of the Declaration of Independence. He also presided over the passage of the Alien and Sedition Acts, which were highly controversial at the time and remain a topic of debate to this day. Thomas Jefferson, the third president, served from 1801 to 1809. Jefferson was a major force in shaping the early years of the United States, helping to expand the country's territory with the Louisiana Purchase in 1803, and leading the nation through the challenging War of 1812. James Madison, the fourth president, served from 1809 to 1817. Madison was a key figure in the drafting of the U.S. Constitution and played a significant role in the establishment of the Bill of Rights. He also led the country through the War of 1812, which saw the United States successfully repel a British invasion and emerge as a more confident and powerful nation. James Monroe, the fifth president, served from 1817 to 1825. Monroe was a key figure in the development of American foreign policy, including the Monroe Doctrine, which declared that the United States would not tolerate European interference in the affairs of the Western Hemisphere. John Quincy Adams, the sixth president, served from 1825 to 1829. Adams was a highly educated and intellectual leader who helped to establish the Smithsonian Institution and played a key role in the development of American diplomacy. Andrew Jackson, the seventh president, served from 1829 to 1837. Jackson was a highly controversial figure who is both celebrated for his populist appeal and criticized for his treatment of Native American populations and his support for slavery. Martin Van Buren, the eighth president, served from 1837 to 1841. Van Buren faced significant economic challenges during his presidency, including the Panic of 1837, which saw the country experience a severe economic downturn. William Henry Harrison, the ninth president, served for only 31 days before his untimely death from pneumonia in 1841. Harrison's presidency is the shortest in U.S. history, and his legacy is largely overshadowed by his untimely death. John Tyler, the 10th president, served from 1841 to 1845. Tyler was a highly controversial figure who faced significant opposition from members of his own party, and his presidency was marked by numerous conflicts and disputes. James K. Polk, the 11th president, served from 1845 to 1849. Polk was a highly effective and ambitious leader who oversaw significant territorial expansion of the United States, including the annexation of Texas and the Mexican-American War. Zachary Taylor, the 12th president, served for only 16 months before his death in 1850. Taylor was a highly